Beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina, the site for... Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sport. Well, Greg. This matchup features two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
So the next starting five, they've got Thomas, Nicholas Claxton out there with Trendon Watford. Then there's Cam Johnson, and it's Melton in at the shooting guard. Left side, Ball. Miller with a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
From deep three-point land. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. They push it up 4 on 3. Okogie for 3. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, and how about the stick-to-itiveness on that possession? Stayed with it, didn't give up until the ball was in the basket.
Screen by Watford. Nobody near Melton. And it's off from three-point range. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And not too long ago, Doris, there were such high hopes for the Nets' future.
I mean, think about it, Kevin. A few years back, people were talking about Brooklyn being a dynasty in the making. They were loaded with talent. And for a lot of reasons, it fell apart pretty quickly. How fine is that line between success and failure in the league? Incredible.
There's Miller with the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Miller's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Hornets. Melton against Ball. The 3 from Thomas. Miller grabs the miss. And it's the Hornets' ball. They've scored 10 straight. Bridges a screen on Thomas. Miller, no up. For Brooklyn, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. And the shot is good from Johnson.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Charlotte's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Williams sets a screen for Ball. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. On the wing, Johnson. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Ball, the pass to Bridges. And Bridges jams it in.
Well, this guy knows how to put on a show. Put Miles Bridges in the dunk contest. Did you see that?
Thomas feeling it out a bit. Claxton finds Thomas. Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Miller outside, tips it up. The rebound by Watford. Nets trail by 4. Pass to Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there. Here's Miller. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, powering through the foul there. Miller showing some serious intensity.
Charlotte shooting their first free throw of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Now, here's Thomas. With some arc, and they pick up 2. Thomas got 5 now.
Way to create just enough separation to get that shot to go.
Well, to me, that's about skill overcoming size. And how about the fearlessness at the offensive end?
Miller, the pass to Okogie. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
Well, heads-up play from Okogie. Got to be shot ready on the catch. He was more than up to the task.
Thomas, it's a wide open look, and it's good off the back rim and in. He's got 7.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Bridges a screen on Johnson. Pass to Bridges. Fires the 3. His shot is good, making a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
I tell you, the ability to act quickly, to get your shot up as soon as you make the catch, that's beautifully done by Bridges.
Thomas passes to Claxton. Thomas sets a screen for Claxton. Thomas with the ball, now guarded by Ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Here's Thomas. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Now Miller. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Charlotte with their lead standing at... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Hornets.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
You've got Yusuf Nurkic. Green is out there with Trey Mann, and it's Jeffries in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
Now, here's Johnson. Pass to Sharp from outside the arc. The shot, no good. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. 6-point lead. Jeffries the pass to Moore. They set the pick. Here's Mann. A 3-pointer, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, D'Angelo Russell aggressive on the offensive end, and it doesn't matter if he's 2 or 3, he can score it.
Jeffries, good. Jeffries got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Nets trail by 6. Outside, Russell. Pass to Clowney. On the wing, Johnson. Takes the 3. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
Jacks up a 3. Johnson can't get it to go. Charlotte leading by 6. Green kicks to Moore. Here's the 3. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Here's Clowney, guarded by Green. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
Pass to Jeffries. The 3. Drills it from outside. And Jeffries got 6. It's been a few years now, Doris, but it feels like point guard is the position in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, we certainly have our share of great point guards. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they seem to be in the MVP conversation consistently. But the last couple MVPs, you look back, you've got a couple of centers. For a long time, the small forward spot dominated the game. It's really something that's in constant flux.
And so here's Charlotte following the 3-pointer by Brooklyn. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. 1:53 left in the first half. Pass to Moore. Nurkic a screen on Johnson. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Moore's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Johnson sends the screen for Russell. Floats one up. It's good.
This guy an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
Here's Jeffries. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Here is Russell. He's got 5. Left side, Williams. Out to Russell. Three-pointer. And the 3-ball is good. Russell's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Good form on the jump shot. Russell's ability to stretch the floor makes him even more valuable.
They kick it out to Green. Pass to Jeffries. Green, the screen. 6 to shoot. Rebounded by the Nets.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Williams for 3. Hornets with the rebound. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds in this game.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look. Not everyone has the green light to take that 3 in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Back to Russell. Gets it off. Buried from outside.
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And a chance here to just double-check the ruling on the floor. I wasn't sure if he got it off in time or not, so I appreciate the second look as well.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Hornets lead by 4. And we'll be back with you right after this. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Brandon Miller has been sensational.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got DeAnthony Melton. Watford out there with Cameron Johnson. Then it's Thomas. And it's Claxton in at the center, locking down the middle. Ball with a wide open look. Off target with his 3. Nets trail by 6. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
Trains the 3-pointer.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Ball dishes to Miller. For the 3. The rebound by Watford. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Miller against Melton. Johnson, the pass to Melton. Screen by Watford for the tie. Gets it to go. That one good for Melton. Melton's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Here's a Kogi. The kick out to Ball. Puts it up. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Ball's got his first 2 points. outside Thomas. The shot from the low post is good.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Ball, the pass to Miller. No good on the three. Nets have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. It's Thomas outside. Johnson against Miller for the lead. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. From downtown, knocks down the 3 ball. Miller's got 5 points in the quarter.
And with his diverse game and 6'9" frame, Brandon Miller can score in bunches. And on nights like tonight, it's really hard to get someone to match up with him.
Thomas up top. 12 points for him. Can't hit from 12.
The defense not a factor there. Very surprising he couldn't capitalize.
Charlotte leading by 3. Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on him.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way to the end of the first round. Lots of teams would love to have a scorer like him on their roster.
Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. Claxton the pass to Johnson. Claxton a screen on Miller. Johnson kicks to Thomas. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
First team foul.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
And he hits the first of 3.
Taking 3 shots.
DB thinking about Cam Thomas. When he gets on a roll, he is tough to stop.
Kevin, he reminds me a little bit of the microwave Vinnie Johnson back in the days of Detroit. When this guy is hot, get out of his way and let him do his thing.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Here's man. Thomas covering. Jeffries dishes to Moore over Johnson. Again, the Hornets score.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Now here's Thomas, defended by man. Oh, that's offensive interference. D'Anthony Melton. He's checked in for Brooklyn.
The Nets. Number 14, D'Anthony Melton.
Hornets leading by 4. Pass to Nurkic. And here is Green. Nurkic setting the pick for Green. And a miss there on the triple.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Moore against Johnson. Here's the screen. 3-pointer. And with the rebound. The Hornets have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Jeffries. Takes it inside. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. It's Charlotte up. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Green is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Trey Mann. And it's Moore in at the 2 spot. So that's the Hornets 5. Here's Russell. And there it is for him.
And floating it in there, the smoothness, something you've got to love about Russell's game.
Here's Mann. Outside, Green. Screen by Nurkic. Green passes to Nurkic. Now, here is Russell. T right on him. Pass to Sharp. Johnson for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Johnson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's a huge three-pointer. He'd love to become a go-to guy for them here in crunch time.
Yeah, and when he gets going, he adds another dimension to their offense that can make a huge difference when the game's on the line.
Sinks the three-pointer.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Williams with a clean look, and the Nets another three.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Pass to Jeffries. Green with a screen on Williams. It's up a three. Jeffries can't get it to go. Brooklyn trailing. Johnson surveying the floor. Here's Clowney. There's a good screen. Here's Sharp. Outside, Russell. Johnson outside. Screen by Russell. Johnson can't hit.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
Jeffries dishes to Moore. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Hornets lead by three. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Johnson sets the screen for Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Man, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Outside, Green. For three. Here's Moore. Tries again. Brooklyn with the rebound. Sharp's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside, Russell to tie it up. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds in the game. And here's Moore outside. Good on the three-point shot. Moore's got 5 points in the quarter. Nets trail by 6. Outside, Williams. They set the screen. Offensive rebound. Back to Russell. Launches it. It's good again, and the next one 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Well, Russell is just absolutely fearless. He'll be the hero or the GOAT in that instance. Yes, sir, hero.
Here's Jeffries. Kick out to Moore. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Fouled on the shot, picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
In huge moment, D'Angelo Russell comes through big time.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. 40 seconds left to play here in the fourth. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
The kick out to Williams. Pass to Miller. Williams, a screen on Russell. Miller outside. It's hauled in by Claxton.
A 3 and nothing but a 3 will do here.
You've got to keep your composure and execute to get a quality look from 3.
Williams passes to Watford. Over to the left wing. Claxton sets the screen for Russell. So a close game sees Charlotte taking this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finishes.
like we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
And now the opening lineup for Chicago. They've got Lonzo Ball, Ellis out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then there's Kevin Huerter, and it's White in at the 2 spot. The kick out to Ball. Shot clock at 6. Ball with the rebound.
I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
Outside Huerter. And here's Ball. And the layup is good off the glass.
And I like the mix of power and agility Ball uses inside. One way or another, he's going to get a shot.
Here's Ball. Out to Bridges. Jacks up a 3. Hits a 3-pointer.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here are the Bulls with the ball. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And that just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Vucevic, the pass to White. Back to Vucevic. And Vucevic slams it in.
Love it when Vucevic attacks with intent. He has the size and strength to dominate around the cup.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Okogie. And here's Miller. Williams with the screen. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
Here's Ball. And there's the drive. The rebound by Bridges. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. Miller, the pass to Okogie. Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
And look at Ball take off. Love seeing him use his athleticism to slam it home.
Pass to Ellis. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on Miles Bridges.
No debate there. He got hammered.
And you look at Matas Ellis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Graham.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
Outside Huerter. The 3. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. The Hornets have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Now Ball deflects the pass. Stolen by Ball. Pass to White. Beyond the arc. And he buries his first look. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, not backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Brian?
Allie, thanks. The kick out to White. Good. White's got 5.
You got to commend the concentration White showed there. He doesn't get thrown off kilter easily.
Miller outside. Bridges outside. With the drive. And it's Bridges with the jam.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Such a creative player. Ball is especially clever at figuring out ways to draw fouls.
These are his first free throws of the game. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
Now here's Miller. Williams finds Bridges. Williams a screen on Herder. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Here's Ball. He's got 6. Pass to Buzelis. Back to Vucevic. Picked by Vucevic. Here's White. Banked it in off the glass. He's got 7.
Well, that's White shaking him off, creating room off the dribble.
Miller a screen on Ball. Miller outside. Fires the 3. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists in the game. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Tipped. And they're able to recover.
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
And there's really plenty of time remaining in the...
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. It's the Hornets. They're up by 1. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
On the court for Chicago, we got Zach Collins. Taylor Horton-Tucker is out there with Patrick Williams. Then it's Josh Giddey, and it's Terry in a 2-guard. Green, the pass to Moore. Clock at 6. Green in the post, defended by Horton-Tucker.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
The Hornets with a lead. Pass to Moore. Green against Williams. Here's Diabate. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Outside, Green. Oh, and there's the whistle on the... And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants them to take another look at the monitor.
Trey Mann taking 2 shots.
We've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls, but at least we have the option to take a second look so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And he knocks down the first one. Stan, it's hard to believe, but the Bulls have not won a playoff series since 2015.
Well, look, Brian, it's hard to win in this league. And when you're rebuilding, trying to find the mix that'll get you over the top is a difficult choice.
Long way from those Michael Jordan glory days.
First personal foul, second team foul.
And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Giddey passes to Terry. Here's Horton-Tucker. Hits the trifecta. Horton-Tucker's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Outside for Green. They set the screen. Takes the 3. They get the rebound. Diabate. Back to man. Outside, Green. 6 to shoot. Pass to Jeffries. The 3 is up. The shot won't fall. Chicago trailing here. Here's Terry. Collins outside. Outside Giddey. Rebounded by Green. Charlotte has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Outside man. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Pass to Terry. To the paint. Stolen. Here's Moore. Back to Green. Over to the left wing. Here's Moore. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. And that one misses. And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time.
Williams' shot is good.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Charlotte leading by 4. Here's man. Outside, Green. Takes a 3. Here's Diabate. Second chance shot. Let's go with a 3. A nice shot by Jeffries. Jeffries has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, that's a terrific kick-out pass. When the defense collapses like that on the inside, you've got open people outside.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
He drops it from range.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
Now here's Giddey. The D's right on him. For 3, Collins. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Pass to Jeffries. The 3 ball. Chicago with a rebound. Collins inside. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
And it's good. 2 points.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Charlotte on top, up by 1. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Well, you look at Miles Bridges. Man, has he been playing well.
He's been dominating down low. Gotta assume they'll keep feeding him the rock.
That's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Mark Williams out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the 3 slot. That's the Hornets 5. Grant, how about Kobe White? Going from a bench player to one of the league leaders in minutes.
Yeah, Kobe played more than 35 minutes per game last season. Top 10 in the league. We saw White hit another level. So he has an exciting future in front of him.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. B.A.?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks. Miller. Pass to Bridges. And he takes that one up and powers it through. And it's amazing. Neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time.
Yeah, these guys are leaving it all on the floor tonight.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Drains the triple.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Ball passes to Miller. The kick out to Ball. Bridges outside. Just 5 on the clock. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Chicago is gone, only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Here's Ball. Pass to Miller. Here's Okogie, hounded by Ball. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. And there's a bevy of young talent in the NBA right now. Who are you most excited to see grow into a star, Stan?
Well, what I'm really excited about, Brian, is to see which of these young talents becomes true stars, transformative guys. Certainly Chet Holmgren and Wembanyama have already had this great rivalry. Scotty Barnes has become the next big point guard. We see Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero. There's a lot of guys that could be the guy, and it'll be fun to find out who actually develops into that play.
As the torch is passed, who's going to take the mantle? Goes back up. Here's Vucevic. The kick out to White. Knocks it down from distance. White's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul of the game. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Ball passes to Bridges. Here's Miller.
A good on-ball defender. White will make you work for him.
Miller can't get it to go. It's Herter on the wing. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Herter's got his first points of the game.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can.
And the defense has to offer more resistance. Can't let guys like Buzelis get this close to the rim.
And Ball throws it down.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, puts so much pressure on the defense.
So Charlotte ends up going with a new group.
Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Green against Williams. Pass to Diabate. Sinks that one from the post.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Williams on the wing. Green covering. Right side Giddey. Back to Williams. Outside Herter. Just 5 to shoot. Now here's Giddey. Wing shot on the way. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got 4 rebounds now. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Mann. Pass to Jeffries. Here's Diabate. Launches a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. And it's a 3-point Hornet lead. 5 ticks left in the third. Hook loose. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball.
Now into the lineup for the Bulls. Number 22, Jalen Horton-Tucker.
And the game's still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Charlotte on top. Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Hornets leading by 3. And for Chicago, let's take a look. Patrick Williams out there with Jalen Horton-Tucker. Then it's Josh Giddey. Then there's Zach Collins. And it's Terry in at the 2. Pass to Diabate. Here's Jeffries. 6 on the shot clock. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
This continues to be a battle. The lead is within reach.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
On the attack, Green picked his pocket. Giddey passes to Williams. Collins a screen, launches it. The Hornets pull it in. Diabate's got 6 rebounds in the game. Man with it. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Jeffries, the pass to man. The offensive rebound.
Now that takes a skillful touch.
Yeah, excellent control to just ease the ball back up and in. Collins outside. This shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got 6 assists in the game.
And that's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Pass to Moore. Here's Green. Rebound by Terry. The Bulls trail by 4. It's Williams, high post. Oh, it's blocked! It deflects off the backboard. To the wing, right side. Here's Jeffries. This one for 3. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You gotta love that intensity.
And defensively, they're speeding them up, forcing mistakes and continuing to come up with steals.
Williams with the screen. Lets it go from deep. Hornets with the rebound. Here's Green. Outside man. Pass to Diabate. Out left to the wing. Here's Jeffries. Sinks it from distance. And now a 10-point Hornet lead.
He's been so aggressive on offense. And with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Man with it. And it's Giddey picking him up. Pass to Jeffries from outside the arc. Horton-Tucker grabs the miss. Bulls trail by 10. And Collins with the slams.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Inside. Outside man. Right wing. Here's Diabate. He takes it in. Solid defense from Williams. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. To the middle. And Collins with the slams.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
Now here's man. Giddey defends. Pass to Jeffries. There's a screen. Here's Diabate. Back to man. And that one drops. And the Hornets lead by 8.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
And count it. The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
Oh, what tremendous.
Well, maybe a little bit of a use it or lose it situation.
First team foul.
They still want to review the call.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And so here is Chicago. They trail by 6. Intercepted. Here's Vucevic. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Pass to Okogie. Back to Bridges. And he drives in. The kick out to Ball. Miller, a screen on Giddey. Miller outside. Fires from deep. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time. And so the Hornets take the win. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd.
the backboard.
Kevin, that battle inside is not for the faint of heart. A little furniture moving inside, if you know what I mean. That's just part of it.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls opening lineup. We've got Ball, Taylor Horton-Tucker out there with Buzelis. Then it's White, and it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
And sometimes getting that first bucket puts momentum in your corner, but we'll just have to see.
Oh, tough play from White here. Hits the foul, but doesn't give up finishing what he started.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
Williams. It's hauled in by the Bulls. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
Out to the wing. Screen by Watford. From the arc. Out left to the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Buries it from 3-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's White to the middle. Here's Vucevic, and he converts the layup.
Too easy for Vucevic. He feasts from these interior spots.
Richard, the steady improvement of Kobe White.
Oh, yes! He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. White against Williams. And White kicks to Ball. Buzelis sets a screen for Ball. Pass to Buzelis. Offline with his 3. Nets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Screen by Claxton. Thomas, it's a wide open look, and the 3 off target. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Buzelis. Basket good.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career.
Here's Claxton, and Claxton throws it down. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Ball with the bucket.
Lots of quick moves inside by Ball to get into great position for the score.
Ball against Thomas. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Watford passes to Thomas. Screen by Watford. 6 on the shot clock. There's the 3. And Thomas is good for 3.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, I always tried to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. Just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. Screen by Watford. There's Thomas with the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. The recent history of the Nets. You know, Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times, but they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group.
Now here's Williams. Screen by Watford. Shoots the 3. Melton, no good. The Bulls have gone 7 of 8 from the field to start the game. Very hot shooting. Pass to Buzelis. Out to White. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Buzelis, no one around him. Drills it from outside. Buzelis has got 9.
Oh, smart pass there, setting up Buzelis in a position to cash in.
Williams for 3, and he's good on the 3 ball.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
You have to think at this point the winner will be the one to settle in on defense.
Now, here's ball. Outside, White. Pass to Buzelis. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And how about the patience from Buzelis and the body control? He doesn't rush through that play.
The 3 from Thomas. Melton kicks to Thomas. No good from outside. Here's Horton Tucker. Good if it goes. No good on the last second attempt there. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Bulls, guys, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. They've got Josh Giddey. Patrick Williams is out there with Dosumu. Then it's Jalen Smith. And it's Jones in at the 1. Johnson, the pass to Sharp. Johnson with a screen on Smith. And it's Sharp missing. Bulls leading by 5. Over in the corner, Dosumu. A three-pointer off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And you look at the career of D'Angelo Russell. I mean, he's played for several teams, including the Lakers twice.
Teams keep trading for D'Lo for his offense. He can be electric. There is a reason why he's been named an all-star in his career.
The shot by Williams, no good.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Wilson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Jones sets the pick for Giddey. Fires the 3. And Jones gets it to go in on the assist from Giddey. Jones has got the lead up to 8 now for Chicago. Nets have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Pass to Giddey. And it's good, 2 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
The 3. And the Bulls another 3.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want, but guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Martin's checked in, and Russell gets it to go.
And with that three-pointer, how about ending that 11-0 run by the Bulls?
Pass to Giddey. That one goes. Count it. Giddey's got 7 points in the game.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Russell kicks to Johnson. It's rebounded by Giddey. Bulls leading by 12. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose, an MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Here's Johnson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Now the Bulls with it. They're on a 13-5 run. Jones, the pass to Giddey. Back to Jones. To the paint. Here's Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Johnson can't hit.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, the Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
DA, we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you. On the basket by Jones.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson with a screen on Giddey. Kept alive. Outside Russell. Clock at 6. From deep. Kicks it out to Johnson. Sharp sets the pick for Johnson. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Left side, Jones. Smith finds Jones. Got it. Good job in the low post. Jones has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
Fires away from way outside. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Bulls lead by 12. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Matas Buzelis.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
We've got Trendon Watford. DeAnthony Melton out there with Thomas. Then it's Williams. And it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency. Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Thomas kicks to Melton.
That's what we call intelligent defense. Just put himself in a position to make a play on that kick out. And at almost 7 feet, Buzelis is really tough to slow down. And when he's on, there's not much you can do.
Up top, Melton. Light covering. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
And Buzelis gets the whistle that time.
Second team foul.
That's foul number 2 for him. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Thomas, a screen on White. Here's Melton. An easy 2 points on the layup. Melton's got 5 points in the quarter.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
White finds Vucevic. Horton Tucker with it. Thomas covering. Here's Vucevic. Here's Horton Tucker. Doesn't go for it. Good defense by Claxton. Going inside. Now here's Melton. Defended by Horton Tucker. And he trims the lead to single digits. Watford's got 6 points. Richard, you've talked a lot about how underrated longevity has been as a factor in measuring some of the all-time great players.
Well, when you think about Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, the only way to achieve greatness in the statistical category is to have longevity. So obviously greatness and longevity coincide.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Here's Horton Tucker. It's good. And the Bulls lead by 11. And the Nets with possession here. Stolen by Ball. The tray. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Watford. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. 5 on the clock. Melton passes to Watford. Misses the layup.
Last 2 minutes to play.
Chicago leading by 11. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Claxton, a screen on White. Here's Melton. It's stolen by Vucevic. Ball dishes to White. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 6 assists in the game. The Nets have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Yes, that goes in.
If they're going to want to close the gap, they're going to need to start running more sets through him. Let your stars lead the way. Come on.
White, a screen on Thomas. Horton Tucker, the pass to White. The wide open look here for Vucevic. And the Bulls, another 3.
The ability to stretch the 4 is such a dangerous weapon for Vooch and his team.
Thomas outside. Good on the triple. Thomas got 8 points.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Oh, that one no good. Good defense by Claxton. Inside. It's stolen by Vucevic. Claxton with the steal. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. To the inside. And Claxton throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Both teams will make substitutions.
First team foul. Substitutions on the court.
Williams, a screen on Russell. Jones, the pass to Williams. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Assisted by
Jones has got 4 assists now tonight.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Rolls out. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Trey Jones out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Dosunmu. Then it's Williams. And it's Smith in at the center position. Nets trail by 14. Russell looking it over. Outside for Martin. Off target from outside.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
And it's Williams. That time the assist by Jones. And the Bulls lead by 16.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the float.
Sharp. That's good.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
Jones against Russell. Out to Smith and taken away by Johnson. Johnson outside. And that one drops.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
The Bulls leading by 12. On the wing, Jones. He's guarded by Johnson. Pass to Giddey. From past the arc. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle screens for the Bulls.
They have found a lot of success in transition, running at every opportunity and getting points before the defense can get set.
And not just that, they're also forcing turnovers at a high rate and taking advantage in transition.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets.
And when it comes to the three-point shooting of Buzelis, we know he has the ability, but we need to see consistency.
Outside, Ball. Here's Buzelis. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Buzelis has got a pair of threes here in the 4th quarter for the Bulls. Melton, no good.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
The shot by Buzelis, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Back to Horton Tucker, and stolen by Melton. Drops in the breakaway layup. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Pass to Buzelis. To the wing on the left. Ball kicks to White. And stolen by Melton. And Talen Horton Tucker is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
1:44 left in the 4th. Williams sets a screen for Melton. That 3 off the mark. Chicago leading by 18. Buzelis with the ball. And the Bulls with another miss.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Bulls.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Buzelis.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
4 on the clock. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. And again, no good by Chicago. Melton passes to Williams. No one near him. Again, the Nets for 2. And so here is Chicago. They lead by 14. And White kicks to Vucevic. Vucevic gets double teamed. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Watford with it, now guarded by Ball. Here's Williams. Pass to Claxton. Great D that time from Vucevic. And here are the Bulls now. It's a 14-point game. Now Buzelis. Vucevic a screen on Melton. Here's Buzelis. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Thanks so much, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our
And the tip goes to the Nets. And a look at the starters for Charlotte. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Josh Okogie is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Williams in at the 5.
Don't give Melton any room from deep. He'll punish you from there.
All right, Grant, when you look at the Nets rebuild, what are you seeing at this point?
Well, they gave up a lot of young players and draft picks to assemble a big three. And, of course, that didn't quite work out. So now they're in that middle ground, which sometimes can be a little tough. Add to the fact that they're in New York, the fans and media are anything but patient and forgiving.
Here's Thomas, following the bucket by the Hornets. There's the block.
Well, you see the defensive prowess there. I mean, I love when Okogie gets up and sends it back. Not many guys of his size can do that. And that'll hype your team up. Great defensive play at one end, instant offense at the other.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordy Fernandez. I talked with Coach about LaMelo Ball and what he said to his guys before the game, and he said to me, I just told our guys to be active out there. LaMelo is an energetic, springy player, and we can't let him out-hustle and outwork us. LaMelo is a challenging assignment for any defense. We'll see how this unfolds, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Now here's Thomas. Pass to Melton. Thomas, a screen on Ball. Back to Melton. Down low. Here's Claxton. 4 on the clock. And Claxton throws it down.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game-changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can. Ball definitely has some ups now. Flashing his way to the rim right there.
Melton passes to Williams. Three-pointer off the mark. The Hornets have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Pass to Okogie. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Boy, because of his athleticism, when Josh Okogie is knocking down the three-point shot, he is really uber dangerous.
Now here's Melton. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Miller against Melton. Up top, Miller. Miller, a screen on Thomas. Okogie, the pass to Miller. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Brooklyn with the board. Thomas outside. Back to Williams. Pass to Clowney. Thomas outside. Here's Clowney. From outside the arc. And the three-pointer goes.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
The 3 from Ball. No good.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a 3 at the other end, but it can force you to rush things.
And the creative LaMelo Ball. Anytime he touches the rock, Clark, you expect a highlight reel play. How fun is he?
Yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch. He's so uber creative, and he's got a flash and a flair to his game, but he's highly skilled and fundamentally sound, too. That's the one part that sometimes can be lost amidst all the flash, but he's a fun guy to watch hoop, that's for sure.
Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Well, I tell you, Bridges doing a nice job there, and his teammates appreciate when he looks to get them involved.
Claxton passes to Williams. Melton outside. And here's Thomas from the arc. He buries it from 3.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Ball passes to Miller. Bridges, a screen on Williams. Miller can't get it to go. Nets leading by 3. Williams on the wing. From deep. And again, Brooklyn Brooklyn with the triple.
Nice pass from Melton. Solid job at getting it to his teammates.
Here's Ball. Up top, Miller. Pass to Bridges. The kick out to Williams. To the right side. Williams, a screen on Melton.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Brooklyn out in front. They're up by... And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
Well, the player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down.
They've got Johnson, Sharp out there with Cameron Johnson. Then it's D'Angelo Russell, and it's Martin in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Russell. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Moore passes to man. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
From deep, Johnson sends it home from three-point land.
And, you know, even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
Here's man. Pass to Jeffries. There's the triple. Buries it from 3. Jeffries has got 6 in the quarter.
You've got to have a good basketball IQ to be effective. I love the decision to kick it out.
Outside for Russell. Right side Sharp. Green against Johnson. Pass to Martin. And stolen by Green. Here's Diabate. And he dunks it down.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Here's Russell. Back to Sharp. The 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. The recent years have been a bit of a struggle for the Hornets, Clark.
No doubt about it, B.A. I mean, they've dealt with injuries that have really been problematic and roster changes as well. I mean, very much a team in transition, trying to figure out who they are and what they can be. And it's hard to get things clicking when you're having changes in your roster compounded by injuries as well.
They set the pick. Johnson on the wing. They need this. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Green, the pass to Jeffries. Let's go with a 3. Sharp grabs the miss. Brooklyn trailing. Outside Russell. For 3. That shot off. The Hornets have gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. Pass to Jeffries. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Puts up a 3. Nails it from 3. Jeffries has got 11.
He's been playing great unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Charlotte.
Getting downhill has really been impressive to me, not settling from the outside. They're going right to the rack.
Yeah, I also like how they've immediately gotten out in transition. They came to run, and we'll see if they can keep it up.
So the Nets making a switch here. Whitehead's checked in. You know, Grant, with the Nets, there was so much optimism just a few years back.
And it was just too bad to see things go south. It's a reminder that nothing is as easy as it seems in the NBA. Even with a superstar roster, things don't always work out.
Green, a screen. Jeffries, the pass to Green. Here's Jeffries. 6 to shoot. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Johnson for 3. It's rebounded by Jeffries. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 14-6 run. Pass to man. Fires the 3. Diabate. The putback is no good.
Oh, it's good! He hit it! Oh, showing some moxie. Nailing a huge Hail Mary.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Hornets leading by a point. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. It's a one-point game. On the court for Charlotte. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Okogie in at the small forward.
And that's how Miller can take his game to the next level, by being aggressive and attacking the basket.
And Williams punches it home.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
Williams with the screen. Here's Thomas for 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
It's hard to question the energy LaMelo Ball brings to the court every night, Clark.
It certainly is, and it's contagious, B.A. That's what I like about it. He elevates other guys. As a teammate playing with LaMelo, he elevates your energy level because you've got to match his. He gives a team, I think, a nice edge in being able to perform on a consistent basis.
And he makes it. And the Hornets lead by 7.
And this kind of play is only going to grow their lead, holding the other guys down on defense and converting on the turnover.
And Miller good for 3. Miller's got 12.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller's so quick off the catch.
Back to Claxton. Melton against Miller. And stolen by Williams. Here we go. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind. Brian, the way he sees the game, makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Allie.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
Well, with the Hornets, they're still seeking their first NBA title, Clark.
Yep, and you think about all the talent that's come through the Queen City, BA. Playoff success has eluded them. I mean, hopefully it's just a matter of time before their fans have something to cheer about.
Clowney, good.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
There's a whistle. That goes on DeAnthony Melton. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Williams passes to Okogie. Williams, a screen on Thomas. Nice shot by Okogie.
That's how you up the ante. come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Thomas misses. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 16-6 run. Ball taking his time here. And Ball throws it down.
Boy, it's great seeing Ball finish with strength like that, showing off the athleticism with that rim-rocking throwdown.
Clowney can't get it to go.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Takes the three. And Miller the bucket on the assist by Ball. Miller's got 12 now in this quarter.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
1:27 left in the third. The three from Ball. Knocks down the triple. Ball's got 9.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Here's Okogie. Give him 8. Miller outside. From the arc. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got his 6th rebound on the night. With the putback, controls the rebound and the putback. He's got 9.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
Pass to Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Such an athletic guy. Bridges just hammers it down.
Miller comes with a double to the paint. And Claxton gets the bucket. Claxton's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Ball passes to Okogie. Miller outside. Ball, a screen on Williams. Here's Miller into the lane. And a two-handed jam.
Yeah, a sign of things to come, hopefully. I mean, once Miller gets going, he is capable of dominating games.
Ball against Thomas. Ball passes to Bridges. Left side Williams. Miller. And right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Miller's got 17 now just in the second half. And so it's Charlotte out in front by 19. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Nets trail by 19. We've got Sharp. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Johnson. Then it's Cameron Johnson. And it's Martin in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. That one's good by Moore.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Three-pointer Sharp. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Diabate's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Outside man. It's stolen by Johnson. Three-pointer Sharp. Knocks down the long J. Sharp's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You know, pretty much anybody can hit that shot when they're that wide open. I mean, terrible defense.
To the left wing. Here's Diabate. Outside for Green. Takes a 3. On target from range. And the Hornets lead by 21.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
We played just over a minute here in the 4th. Lets the 3 fly. Kept alive.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Finished off the break.
Hey, I can't overstate it. I mean, as a defense in transition, you have to locate Russell before he finds the bottom of the net. You got to get to him quickly.
A nice shot by Jeffries.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Moore. Here's Jeffries. The 3 is up. And Charlotte, another three.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
From deep, Johnson. Diabate grabs the board. Charlotte has gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the fourth. Outside man, out to the wing. Pass to Jeffries. Here's Diabate. Outside man, clock at 4. And the Hornets, another 3.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Outside for Russell. A shot to stop the run. Pure from three-point range. Russell's got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, Russell loves to take and make these quick trigger shots. He plays with a nice rhythm and flow to his game.
Here's Jeffries. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Just magnificent. I mean, he punishes the D for lackluster effort.
They look a little disorganized there. The result is an emphatic jam.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
Tipped. Here's the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Jeffries has got 9 points here in the second half.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Hornets.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., it was,
well, maybe a little bit of a use-it-or-lose-it situation with the coach's challenge. Probably won't make a difference to the outcome, but they still want to review the call.
And even with the...
Under NBA rules, there will be 2 minutes to review the play.
Disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Launches a 3. Miller can't get it to go. Well, the Nets shooting it well, almost 50% from the floor. Ball outside. Fires in the triple.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Fires for 3. Claxton with a rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. And here's Thomas from the arc. Connects from downtown.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Ball passes to Okogie. No good from outside. And Brooklyn with possession here. Fast break. Brooklyn, just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Jacks up a 3. It's not going to go for him. Ball with it. Miller outside. And there's a pick over Thomas. Misses there. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked.
plenty of... Action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's a Kogi in at the 3 spot. 5 to shoot, Bridges. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
I'll tell you, no secret that Miles Bridges at his best when finishing at the cup.
And White kicks to Vucevic. Pass to Buzelis. Back to Vucevic. Sweet move. And Vucevic throws it down.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Miller outside. Oh, good on the triple. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. Hey, DB, we don't see a lot of them, but from what you have seen and heard, what can the Charlotte Hornets do better to improve their overall game?
Well, I think one of the things you have to look at is what are they doing successfully on the offensive end and what are their weaknesses? One of the weaknesses is drawing fouls and getting opportunities at the free throw line. To me, Kev, the best teams do a good job of getting easy points, whether in transition or at the charity stripe.
Here's Miller, following the basket by LaMelo Ball. Into the lane. Out to Miller. This one for 3. It's good. The assist that time from Ball for 3.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
To the middle. Here's Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. Defended by Bridges. Pass to Buzelis. Here's Horton Tucker. Beats the shot clock but can't get it to fall. Ball feeling it out a bit. Here's a Kogi. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Now here's White. Vucevic up top. Pass the ball. Williams knocks it loose, and he's able to get it back. Here's Buzelis. And again, no good by Chicago.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
When you look at the game of Mark Williams, Doris, what impresses you the most?
Well, probably his size and athleticism. That combination makes him an immediate fit. He understands which shots to take on the offensive end. Seems to have a great feel for how to position himself on the defensive end and how to mix it up on the glass.
Ball against Ball. Out to Miller. Takes a 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Miller's got 6.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
And Ball slams it in.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving. No doubt whatsoever.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Now, here's Bridges. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Bridges has got his second basket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Back to Ball. And the layup's good off the glass.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
Miller with a wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 9.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. White the pass to Horton Tucker. Out to White. There's the triple. The Hornets pull it in. Here's Miller. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
And more than just a jump shooter, Miller's very good around the rim. A rare quality for a wing these days. Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Chicago shooting their first free throw of the evening. 7 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Miller. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Brandon Miller making highlights. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. They've got Zach Collins. Kevin Huerter is out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Jalen Smith. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. And injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg. But with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
Well, Doris, both you and I had the honor of being in that 2020 bubble in Florida. Any memories from Orlando?
I think, Kev, just how unique the setting was, and I have to give some props to the players. No fans, no normalcy, away from their families for extended periods, and yet they were able to lock in and give us some incredible moments. This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Smith outside. Now here's Huerter, defended by Mann. There's the call on Kevin Huerter. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Hornets leading by 4. Green with a screen on Giddey. Outside, Green. More up top. He's defended by Huerter. From deep, Green. It's rebounded by Huerter.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Collins. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Here's Smith. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Boy, that's a high percentage look by Jalen Smith. Exactly what you want your big man to create.
On the wing, Mann. Giddey defending. And here's Green outside. Chicago grabs the miss.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Moore against Giddey. Collins setting the big for Williams. Smith for 3. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. On the wing, Mann. Outside, Green. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for it. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
At the line for the Hornets, Josh Green, shooting 1. The play is under video review.
It's so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And Doris, a new era began in Charlotte after Michael Jordan's departure as owner in 2023.
And Kevin, with that ownership change, there's always a transition period, and it may take a while for the Hornets to find success, but there are some reasons for optimism, and you begin with the young point guard.
Now here's Green. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's Mann. Collins grabs the miss.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Mann passes to Jeffries. Moore outside. They set the pick. Pass to Jeffries. Just 5 on the clock. Outside, Green. Sinks the triple. Green's got 6 points in the quarter.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Wasted no time on that one.
How about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Here is Jeffries. Scoreless thus far. Got a piece of it. Oh, here comes Williams all alone. And it's Williams throwing it down.
Well, you have got to be impressed with Josh Giddey's awareness of where his teammates are at all times.
Mann passes to Jeffries. They kick it out to Green. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. For Charlotte, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. There's 48 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Giddey. And the Bulls another 3.
Well, the pull-up jump shot of Josh Giddey is going to be hard to guard, folks. 6'8" and really long.
Here's Mann. They kick it out to Green. There's a screen. Pass to Jeffries. Fires from deep. It's all in by the Bulls. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Giddey gets it to go.
Well, that's about confidence and composure on the interior. Josh Giddey does stand 6'8", makes that a little easier.
To the left wing. Jeffries, the pass to Mann. Here is Jeffries with 1 on the clock. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Brandon Miller really making a difference here.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Mark Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie at small forward.
Yeah, Ball just really good at running in transition. Smart at knowing where to sprint to in the open floor.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Ball against Ball. Here's Okogie. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Vucevic setting the pick for Buzelis. Right side, Ball. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And how about the patience from Buzelis and the body control? He doesn't rush through that play.
Here's Ball. And he makes good on the layup. Ball's got it all tied up now for the Hornets.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Buzelis with the ball. He's got 5, 4 on the shot clock. Baseline try.
This guy is edgy, he's tough, and he's willing to make multiple efforts. Josh Okogie on the floor for this exactly, his ability to guard people.
Drains the three-pointer. Now it's a 3-point Hornets lead.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
One thing this team likes about Miles Bridges, Greg, he plays a lot. He's always there.
And Kevin, on a couple occasions, Bridges has been near the top in minutes played. He's got that strong 6'7" frame, and it holds up well over the season. And with his diverse game and 6'9" frame, Brandon Miller can score in bunches. And on nights like tonight, it is really hard to get someone to match up with him.
Here's Ball. Pass to Okogie. Missed inside. Bulls trail by 6. Ball from long range. Bridges with the board. Here are the Hornets with the ball. Big stretch here going 10-2. Miller with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. Count that one. Okogie's got the lead up to 8 now for Charlotte.
Well, Josh Okogie, because of his ability to elevate a threat from the interior, that's a nice finish.
Buzelis, no one around him. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 5th assist in this one. Ball against Ball.
Making good use of his length. Buzelis able to track down the block that time.
Out to the right wing. Ball with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. Leading by 5. Bridges. The kick out to Ball. Miller with a screen on Ball. Ball dishes to Williams. For 3, Okogie. Buries the long-range jumper. Okogie's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Hornets. Ball finds Horton Tucker. Here's Buzelis. And yes, it's good. Buzelis has got 7 now in this quarter.
And you'd like to see Buzelis use that size inside rather than just settle for the jump shot.
There's Miller with the 3. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Pass to Bridges, shoots the 3, and it's the Hornets another 3.
I tell you, the ability to act quickly, to get your shot up as soon as you make the catch, that's beautifully done by Bridges.
Ball to pass to Horton Tucker. Here is Buzelis. Bridges with some nice defense. Miller outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of the game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You know, if thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. They've got Kevin Herter. Williams is out there with Collins. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Smith in at the 5 down low. Count it, good.
Boy, that's a beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Man passes to Jeffers. And that one is stuffed right through.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
Bulls trail by 9. Here's Giddey. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, this is where he flourishes. Out in the open floor, Josh Giddey terrific at getting to the right spots.
Pass to Jeffries. Charlotte moving the ball around. No good for Moore.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
Now here's Giddey, defended by Man. Now here's Herter. Now Collins, guarded by Green. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now. Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
To the paint, here's Bruce Ellis. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Shooting 5 for 8.
And Buzelis is in a rhythm now. He's playing to his strengths and taking what is offered from the defense.
Ball kicks to Miller. Ball against Ball. Pass to Okogie. Puts up a 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 7th assist in the game. Ball with it, and it's Miller picking him up. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
It doesn't take much to get Buzelis up to the rim. He just pops off the floor and is right there.
Ball dishes to Williams. It's all in by the Bulls. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. 1:53 left in the 4th quarter. Buzelis' shot is good.
This kid Buzelis loves these types of situations. He wants to be the guy they go to in the big moments.
Ball to pass to Miller. Ball against Ball, and it's Ball penetrating. Here's Okogie. Ball sets a screen for Miller. Misses the 3.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Hornets leading by 3. On the wing, Bridges. With the drive, plays it up and banks it in.
High-stakes moment, and Miles Bridges does not shy away. Go ahead, young sir.
Now, here's Ball. Not a lot of room. Vucevic. Outside, Ball. Fires the 3. And it's Vucevic missing.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Here's Miller. Out to Bridges. Good. And Miller gets the assist. Now it's a 7-point Hornets lead.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
There's Ball with the 3. They get it back. Second chance shot, and it's Miller. It's out the key. And there's another one for the Hornets.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Pass to Vucevic for the three. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Miller, that's for two. Gets the bucket. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They came in here and took care.
welcome all. Thanks for tuning in. Grant, one thing these teams have in common, they are great at rebounding the basketball.
Oh, yes, they are. I mean, it'll be a battle down low. Boxing out is vital, and second chance points may just decide this game.
Now the opening lineup for the Brooklyn Nets. We've got Nicholas Claxton, Cam Thomas out there with DeAnthony Melton. Then it's Williams, and it's Clowney in at the 4. Three-pointer, Vucevic. Williams grabs the board. Here's Clowney. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
White for 3. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time.
Laser focus from White. The moment that pass was headed to him, he was ready.
Claxton a screen on Ball. Melton finds Thomas. Williams on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Drills it from deep.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Buzelis. Misses from short range. Here's Clowney. And he banks in the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Well, you look at Cam Thomas, Grant. Do you think he has the potential to be a star in this league?
Well, you know, it's tough to say, B.A. He has a lot of talent, especially as a scorer. I think he has to keep evolving other parts of his game if he wants to become a full-fledged star.
Here's Buzelis. Vucevic. Outside White. Rebound Brooklyn. It's tipped. Here's Claxton. Tries to save it. And here's Thomas from the arc. Buzelis grabs the board. Chicago has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. White, good.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Melton up top, pounded by Ball. Here's Clowney. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. To the wing, right side. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Can't get it to drop. The Nets with a lead. There's a screen. Pass to Clowney. Fades. And the basket is good.
Yeah, not sure why he faded away there. Sure looked like he had plenty of space.
Here's Buzelis. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
He still needs to fill out to be more physical down there, and that will come with time. But Buzelis can handle his own.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Claxton a screen on White. Here's Thomas. Nice D from Vucevic.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Brooklyn has gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. Pass to Clowney. From downtown, sinks the tray. Clowney's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Ali.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards, and you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Ali, he's certainly got the skill level. Now here's Horton Tucker. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. The kick out to Ball. Ball, a screen on Thomas. Floats one up. White, good.
Well, there you see the skill of White, able to float the ball into the basket.
Screen by Claxton. Williams from long range. Melton outside. They set a pick. Pass to Thomas. Takes it inside. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Here's Buzelis. Takes it up with both hands and rips him down.
And in this action, the pick and roll, Buzelis is becoming really good at reading the defense.
Yep, that one goes. Williams has got 5.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
It'll count. Offense is coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. Brooklyn out in front, leading by 4. Quarter number 2. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
Williams is out there with Zach Collins. Then it's Smith. Then it's Josh Giddey, and it's Jones in at shooting guard. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Smith no good. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. 3-point lead. The kick out to Johnson. The 3 gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest that one.
Jones misses. Brooklyn leading by 6. Outside Johnson. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute to play. Here's Martin. Collins against Johnson. Misses the 3. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Jones drives in. And the layup is good. Jones has got 5 points now in the quarter.
That lack of defensive intensity is not going to stop a player of his caliber from scoring.
Stan, when Trey Jones is on the floor, you can just see how easily the offense flows.
Well, Brian, he's the kind of point guard that teammates love to play with because his only thought out there is setting up other guys. He's not going to light you up with his own scoring, but he is a great facilitator.
Old school, traditional point guard makes everybody better.
You don't see many of those anymore.
Pass to Giddey. Jones with the ball. Chalk up 2 there. Jones has got 7 points in the game. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Russell to pass to Johnson. Martin outside. Stolen by Collins. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. Collins has got his first bucket in this one.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
Gets the 3 to fall.
I love the way he went with the bounce pass there. Great awareness.
Smith with a screen on Russell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Giddey's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Johnson for 3. And it's Giddey with a rebound. The Bulls have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. Outside Jones for 3. Hits the trifecta. 10 points for him.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Martin, the pass to Sharp. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Outside, Williams. Jones against Johnson. Here's Smith. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
shot by Johnson, no good. It's stolen by Johnson. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection. And showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Here's Russell. Collins with the rebound. Chicago with the ball. They're on a 16-5 run. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Took the opportunity when he saw it. And it's an 8-point Chicago lead.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Jones, his shot is good.
This game's taken on a whole new look thanks to this run.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent now.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And so it's Chicago earning this break in the action, up 10. They've been aggressive in transition and find themselves in front. We'll be right back after this word. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Trey Jones with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
On the floor for Brooklyn, DeAnthony Melton out there with Cameron Thomas. Then it's Williams, then it's Nicholas Claxton, and it's Clowney in at the power forward. Bulls leading by 10. There's a whistle. That goes on DeAnthony Melton. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And Chicago has possession. Ball right side. Pass to Vucevic. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those simple actions like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside. So sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. The shot by Buzel is no good. Nets trail by 8. Williams with it. Now guarded by White. Here's Thomas for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Thomas has got 5 now.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Here's Buzelis. Ball outside. Outside Horton Tucker. Back to ball. Here's Buzelis. He's got 5. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. There's a screen. And here's Thomas from the arc. Chicago with a rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. Looking agile on the attack, it's so good to see Buzelis taking the initiative on offense and capitalizing.
Clowney can't get it to go. Chicago leading by 7. Pass to Buzelis. Three-pointer. He can't get that one to fall. Brooklyn has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Here's Williams. Banked it in off the glass. He has 7.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, the skill set the rookie Buzelis has is really impressive. A tall, slender forward who is very crafty and versatile to be so young. He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Here's Claxton. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Such a skilled big. 6'10" Nikola Vucevic. He can beat you up in the post, or he can step back and hit a 3-stand.
Yeah, Brian, and he's an excellent passer as well. throughout his career, Vucevic's teams have been very good offensively, and his versatility is a big reason for that.
Pass to Buzelis. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, this demonstrates how confident Buzelis is. He knows he can be lethal off the catch.
A line change here for Chicago. For Brooklyn.
First team foul.
Here's Russell. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, what courage from Russell. Going up and getting his shot all while being fouled.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Bulls leading by 3. That's tipped. Stolen by Russell. From deep, Johnson. Offensive rebound. For the tie. Counted from distance. Johnson's got 5.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
Jones against Johnson. Up top, Smith. Pass to Giddey. Fires from the wing. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Giddey's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And here's Johnson. They set the pick for the lead. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively. And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Johnson on the wing, defended by Jones. There's the 3. The shot by Johnson, no good. Chicago leading. Here's Williams. Jones against Martin. On the wing, Jones. 13 points in the game. Stolen by Sharp. From deep, Johnson gets the 3 ball to go. Johnson's got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
A nice shot by Smith. Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
And as we finish the 3rd quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading buckets. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. Zach Collins out there with Williams. Then it's Trey Jones. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Smith in at the center position, locking down the middle. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. For 3, Collins. Sharp grabs the miss. Brooklyn trailing. Johnson inside. Collins there.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Smith with a screen on Martin. Giddey with it. Russell covering. Giddey passes to Jones. Stolen by Sharp. Fast break, Brooklyn. From deep, Johnson. Not on target. 4 for 9 in this one. Jones from outside. Rebound, Brooklyn. Outside, Johnson. Lets it fly. And good, as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Johnson's got 11 points here in the second half. Here's Giddey. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, put so much pressure on the defense.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that going to get them going.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
So Chicago ends up going with a new group. Here's Ball. The kick out to White. Pass to Buzelis. Now Ball. Shot clock at 6. And he's going for the oop here. Hammers the lob through.
And that's a well-timed play with Buzelis ready to catch and finish.
Thomas against White. And he dunks it down.
Powerful. He saw an opening and turned it into a highlight reel.
Man, just sent it down with some force.
I mean, the defense basically gave that one to him.
Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Great recognition. Understanding that that one is all him.
Yeah, beating everyone up the floor and finishes off the break.
Three-pointer, Vucevic. Rebounded by the Nets. Thomas has got 4 rebounds in the game. Sharp, no good. Bulls trail by 6. Pass to Vucevic. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Pure from three-point range. Buzelis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oh, man. Massive points from Buzelis.
Yes. Williams passes to Thomas. Sharp, a screen on White. Pulls it. And again, it's Brooklyn. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Another 3 for Chicago.
And that's a promising shot for Buzelis.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 2-point game. And it's rejected. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. Brooklyn making a switch here. Claxton's checked in. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Nails it from 3.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Here's Buzelis. Picked by Vucevic. Back to Ball. To the inside. Buzelis. Claxton with a rebound. Brooklyn leading by 5. Thomas outside. 52 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, what a perfect pass to set that up.
Hey, the feed might have been pretty, but the finish, that was angry. Pass to Buzelis. Picked by Vucevic. Three-pointer. No good on the shot. Inside. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is good, and that trims the lead to 6. And so Vucevic nails both of them. Here's Johnson. And he lobs it up to the rim. And Williams punches it home. Now here's Ball. So we see Brooklyn get the win here. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.